Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about a man that's very inspirational to me. He should be very inspirational to any other young man, to anyone really, because he has achieved so much by such a young age. And his name is Iman Gadzhi. He has done it all. And he's like 24, 25 years old now. He's remarkable. He is, I believe, what a lot of men should aim to be. He is the perfect example of keep your head down and get to work. You don't have to make a big splash for it to be effective. You don't have to make a lot of noise to make a lot of money. He's done it the way that it's been done for centuries, for decades, and he has just absolutely mastered it. Look at him now, 25 and successful as he is. It's remarkable. So, what has Iman Gadzhi done? He started posting YouTube videos when I believe he was around 16 years old. So, almost 8 years ago now for him. And he was posting every day, or every week, a couple of weeks, I think. And it was just keeping himself accountable for what he was trying to accomplish. He was listing off his thoughts, he was listing off how his training was going, how his business was going. He was teaching people how to land their first client, how to start this type of business, how to do this specific thing. He was very informative to everyone who was just starting out. And that's the thing, just looking back at his old videos, you can see the whole process that he's done, the whole process that he has taken part in to become who he is now. He's just continued on it every day, just again and again and again and again. He's kept working. He's kept posting himself out there, just showing that he's still at work, still working, still pushing himself. And he's kept doing that for years. And now we see the end result of all of that hard work. We see this amazing guy at the top. He's in peak physical condition. He's making millions and millions of pounds. We see that, but not a lot of people looked at what he did before. Not a lot of people looked at his mindset, how he worked before, the amount of time it took for him to actually see big results. It's remarkable. So the kind of things that I've taken from Iman Gadzhi, like he's got so much info on his YouTube channel, on his Twitter, on his Instagram. There's so much stuff there that you can look at and you can take inspiration from, you can implement these methods. The main thing I learned was monk mode. This is a remarkable just time of immense immersion within your craft, within it, what it is you want to do, within what it is that you want to accomplish. So, say I want to make more money, I would use monk mode to focus myself on my cold calling, on my tasks of the day that's going to help me make money, and that would be my main priority, to achieve those things daily. So maybe it's 100 cold calls, or X, Y, and Z. Stick to your diet, go train every day, whatever it may be. You've just got to stick to it. So it's this period of immense focus where you're completely just one with your work, and that's all that should matter. And some people say, oh, what about balance? What about balance? You need to go out and see your friends. If you're really, really that obsessed with wanting to be successful, then no, you don't. Your friends should be helping you reach your goals. Those are the friends I want to be spending time with. I don't want to be wasting time out at a pub getting blackout drunk when I could be at home making money but still around people that I enjoy spending time with. Why would I choose one friend group that's not helping me get anywhere when I can choose another friend group that's helping me push myself, do better, make more money? Where's the question there? So the group, what I'm trying to say is, when you're in this immense stage of focus, you get into a rhythm, you get into a routine, you push yourself, and you start to realize that it's just about the habits. It's just about ticking things off the list daily. I've got a board here, I've got a whiteboard, and it's a big grid, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 things every day that I have to do. And I tick them off every day because that's what I have to do. That's part of my monk mode. It's those 13 things. And it's not like they're specific things like you've got to do this one task every day. It's just make bed. It's very small, simple things. Make bed, have a cold shower, pray, have your water when you first wake up, make a YouTube video, go and do some exercise, read 100 pages, do 100 cold calls, have a clean diet, do some dead hangs. Don't spend your time watching shitty stuff on YouTube and short form content. There's so many different things you can implement in this. But when you start to feel more and more disciplined, you can add in more and more things that become easier for you. Like a few of those things now, they're fairly easy for me. But I'm still just trying to add on the more difficult aspect of it so that I keep myself on my toes almost. So, looking at what Iman's accomplished, he's used these monk modes, these cycles for himself of periods of immense focus and then periods of like immense relaxation. And that's what works for him. So you could find a method that works for you. It could be the same thing. It could be 8 months of the year you're working really hard, just grinding away. And then the other 4 months you're chilling out, you're partying, you're traveling, you're doing whatever. That could be what works for you. Or it could be you find it really easy to work 7 days a week and then have a couple of days off, and then 7 days, and then 2 days, and then 7 days, and 2 days, and 7 days. That may be easier for you, but it all depends on what works. You've got to find the way in which your body and your mind works best. Is it something constant? Is it something long-term? Or is it a short-term span of really intense energy? The only bad thing about doing something for, let's say, a week and then having a couple of days off is that you lose momentum. You lose the snowball effect because you grind and you grind and you grind, and then you take 3 or 4 days off, and then you're back. And then you grind and you grind and you grind, you're back in, and by that 5th day, you're in like a flow state, you're working really well, you're checking everything off the list, and then you're back down to the bottom. So you've got to try and build this momentum, try and keep it going, try and get that snowball effect going, because it's vital for you to stay motivated. And I know some people are going to say, oh, you've talked about motivation before as a bad thing, but it's when you see this motivation, the snowball effect, as I do, it's very easy to understand this. So motivation is not needed to be successful, but it sure as hell helps. After 6, 8 months, if you're still not motivated to do that thing, your willpower is going to be pretty drained. So having the motivation from the snowball effect, seeing your progress and seeing it compound, that's what brings it to life. That's what brings your motivation to life and brings it up. Another trait I learned from Iman Gadzhi, and this is a really simple one. It's just reading. Reading more books, reading more often. Like I'm now doing 100 pages a day. And it's difficult to do that much. You've got to sit down, you've got to read for a solid 2 hours a day. That's pretty difficult. But the results you get are huge, especially if you're a young guy like me and you can't go out and have your own life experiences. Then go and read a ton of non-fiction books on psychology, on human behavior, on habits, on mindset, on stoicism, on everything you can. Just read up on every subject that you could be interested in and just learn it back to front, learn as much as you can about it, become so knowledgeable in that subject that it's almost strange for anyone to kind of argue against you on that subject, because they know that you could be their source of information for it. So you want to be so knowledgeable that people kind of expect you to know the answer. And once you get into the routine of reading a certain time every day, let's say you read right after lunch, you sit down, you read for an hour. Once you get into that routine, it's great because you get into the rhythm. You don't you've got your phone away somewhere else, you don't look at it, and you sit down, you lay back, and you start reading. And then eventually you don't even look up until you're done. So just keep pushing yourselves on these new habits, is what I'm saying. So try out monk mode, try out reading, try out doing like a carnivore diet. That's another thing Iman promotes that I love now. But just keep trying these new things. Find what works best for you, because that's the most important thing. If you can constantly keep experimenting until you find the routine that you think just gels with you perfectly, then you're going to be amazing, because you're going to realize, oh, great, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, and then I can do this, and then I can do this. And you've spaced out your day perfectly, you've got it all structured, you work out in the morning, you work in the evening, in the middle you've got free time, and you can sit down and read and do whatever. You spend your day, you plan it out, and you've got it all down to a T, and you enjoy it that way, because you know how much time you've got to do things, you know what you've got to do then and then. You've got it all just in the back of your mind, and it's pretty simple. So, thank you for watching. See you in the next video.